and maybe it's time that we go too. He walked out the church door and led these two families to join the new younger pastor's church as he announced his retirement. I'm reminded of the humility of the John the Baptist as he sought to encourage his own disciples to follow Jesus rather than himself. As we continue in verse 40, I want to show you a powerful encounter between Jesus and the third fisherman who will enter the realm of Jesus' life. Verse 40 says, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, was one of the two who heard what Jesus had said and who had followed Jesus. The first thing Andrew did was to find his brother Simon and tell him, "We have found the Messiah, that is the Christ." And he brought him to Jesus. Verse 42, Jesus looked at him and said, "You are Simon, son of John. You will be called Cephas," which when translated is Peter. There's an interesting term that may not pop out to us in the English, but in the Greek, the phrase "Jesus looked at him" is an interesting word, emblepo. Say that with me, emblepo. And it means to gaze straight into your soul. Have you ever had your husband or your wife emblepo you before? Just one look. Don't need to say anything. They look straight into your soul. And this is what Jesus does the very first time he meets Simon, son of John, Shimon Bar Yonah, Simon Peter. He looks straight into his soul and he tells him his future. Now, what's interesting about this phrase, emblepo, is there's one other time where we will see this sort of dynamic between Jesus and Simon Peter.